Going into Marcionite theology, what separates Marcion from the Gnostics, at least the main point, is that he believed that only faith saves, right?
Yes, the faith in the offer of adoption from the Father of Jesus. And this was something anybody could know and should know. It wasn't kept back for the elite. There wasn't, well, there was kind of an elite. If you wanted to go all the way, you could be baptized and then swear off sex and probably eating meat and all of that. So it was faith, not knowledge.
Faith, not knowledge.
And the death of Jesus also was central for him. Jesus had a kind of a celestial body. He wasn't strictly a docetist, like where you would say Jesus was something like a hologram, but rather that I think it's more like Caspar Schwenkfeld during the Reformation, that the body of Jesus was made of heavenly substance, so he could and did suffer on the cross to ransom the human race from its creator.
Body of Jesus was made of heavenly substance.
And I think that's mighty interesting, that's what the only sense redemption would really make. And so it was important to him, where some Gnostics could only go so far as Valentinus did, to make the death of Jesus a grade B salvation scheme for the non-elite. That's another big difference between Marcion and the Gnostics.
Yeah, and also, didn't he believe, unlike the Gnostics, that we didn't have a divine spark, but we were completely the creatures of the Creator God?
That's
like
right,
the Manichaeans?
In Gnosticism, you are part of the Godhead, but alienated, and so you have to be reconciled by recollection, like Platonism. But in Marcion's view, no. God is alien to us, not alienated, and that's why we can only be adopted as his sons and daughters. So I think Harnack is right. Marcion wasn't a Gnostic, and this is the small element of truth in the argument of Karen King and others that there's no such thing as Gnosticism. I think that's as ludicrous as arguing that there was no such thing as Buddhism or Presbyterianism. But the one element of truth is it's too easy to use Gnosticism as a catch-all for so-called heresies. And that's what's happening when Marcionism is made into Gnosticism. And who knows, maybe the historical Paul was a bit of both, because I think Paul was actually Simon Magus, and of whom we have a couple of extra biblical notices. And that he did teach salvation by grace, the law as the creation of angels, and he had a bit of both from what we know about him.